So the theme of Reconciliation Week is grounded in truth and walk together with courage. I think everything that we do needs to be grounded in truth, quite frankly. And I think truth-telling in terms of reconciliation is a very important part of the process. And walking together with courage is a good way of saying that we do need to be together in this. We need to be thinking together about how we go forward. And we need to have the courage to do that in a profoundly important and interesting way. I think it's very important to me to be respectful to people. And I think being respectful to a group of people that have been on the land here for tens of thousands of years is going to be very important. I was very honoured to be welcomed to country by the Indigenous people when I first got here, and I'm going to continue to try to work with our Indigenous friends and colleagues to make sure that they have every opportunity to make the most of this university and that we can give them opportunities and help them wherever possible. In the context of National Reconciliation Week, it's really exciting that the old quad was opened recently, and in the old quad, the inaugural art exhibition, which is called Ancestral Memories, is an exhibition by Indigenous artist Marie Clark. Marie explores the history of the land, the history of the Kulin nations on the land through the metaphor of the eel, and the two artworks of hers that are in there, one is consisting of woven eel traps with some of her signature large necklace artwork creations, and the other artwork in there is a glass eel trap that's been created by hand-blown glass in the shape of an eel trap hanging from the ceiling. It's great to have a beautiful exhibition like that in the heart of the building that was the first building to be built on site. The foundation stone of the old quad was laid in 1854, on the same day as the foundation stone of the State Library. It's been the heart and soul of the university since it was built, and it's really great to see it coming back to life in such a beautiful way. Developing a new strategy is important because we need to make sure that we have clear direction about what we're going to do with the university over the next few years and what the principles are that underpin why we're here as a university and what we want to do with our great university. It's important to pull out the important matters that we're going to be facing over the next few years to try and predict how the university is going to develop and to try to work out how best to frame that in terms of a strategic approach. As a key element of the strategy, it's very clear to me that we need to put the students at the heart of all of this. A university relies on its student body as part of the community in the university to be the life and soul of the university. We are here to teach students. We're also here very much, of course, to do world-class research. But it's very interesting to me how, and always has been, how the two elements, teaching and research, do intertwine very, very well indeed. And you can do teaching at the cutting edge if you're doing cutting edge research. And also it must be said that in my research career I've certainly learned quite a lot from teaching students, and one or two of my ideas from my research have come through conversations with students, so it's a two-way process. I think whatever strategy we finally come up with has to be very agile. It has to be able to deal with externalities as they come through. We've just gone through an election, a federal election. There'll be another federal election in 3 years' time. Who knows what's going to change over those 3 years, and who knows what's going to happen at the next election. So I think any strategy that we got has got to be agile enough to be able to cope with things changing externally. As I've begun to settle into the role properly, one of the things I've really enjoyed doing is being around the campus, being around Parkville campus mostly, of course, because this is where I spend most of my time, but also being on the other campuses that we have in the university, seeing the great activity that goes on those campuses, and also meeting the people, meeting all of my work colleagues, and also the students on those campuses, as well as some of our alumni, and actually just friends and people who are interested in those campuses. It's been really interesting to see members of the public being on the Parkville campus, for example, and seeing how much they enjoy the atmosphere on the place. So it's been great meeting a lot of people. It's been great being present on the different campuses that we have in the university, and I firmly intend to do a lot more of that over the next period of time.